Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Dark Cloud 2. Last time, we did all the Chapter 3 pictures and inventions that we could get. I did miss out on the ones in... Oop, there goes my mouse. I did miss out on the ones in the fishing contest. So those will probably be with the Chapter 4 pictures, because I don't think the fishing contest will come up again while we're in Chapter 3. And as you can see, we now have a lot of things we can make. There are a few things that we probably should have made by now that I just haven't. Excuse me. So, we're going to go through and make a few of those now. The aquarium is a big one that we should have made a long time ago. I think you can only ever make one of these at a time. That's really important for the fishing minigame. Because we've only unlocked one. I believe we unlocked the second one in Chapter 4, but we'll be getting to that. Another thing that you could always make is the Bandit Brassard, but to do that you do need a Bandit Coin, which I think I only have one of. Yeah. And the only reason I'd make the Bandit Brassard is to give something Thief, which I can do with the Bandit Coin itself. If you want extra stats, it might be a better option to go. We already have the barrel cannon, because that's what we've been using, so I'm not going to make that. The only amulets you can buy from one of the train people. She sells every single amulet. I can't think of who it is off the top of my head. Is it Rosa that sells them? It's not Rosa, is it? I don't remember. The Cannonball Arm 2 is an upgrade to what we have right now, but once we get the Moon Crystal we can make Cannonball Arm 3, so I'm not going to be making 2. I'm not going to be making the Clown Body or the Clown Feet, mostly because it doesn't really matter. We don't need the Grenade Launcher. If we really wanted to, we could make Improved Bombs. They're actually not all that expensive. It does take up some of your crystals, though. Which, keep that in mind. But they're not too bad to make if you want to make those. Light Speed. These require light elements, holy stone, and lightning crystals. I'm only going to make one of these. These are a bit more expensive to make, but I do kind of want to show them off at some point, so I will make one and we'll use it later. The Lure Rod we're still not going to quite make yet, because we still don't have the ability to get lures. But we'll be getting back to that later. The Swan is the one we already have, so we're not going to be working on that. I'm not going to be too worried about making their clothing unless it's one I really, really like. The Barrel Cannon 2 is the best barrel cannon we can get right now, so I am going to go ahead and make that. The bucket legs function the exact same as the normal legs do. It is a new material that allows you to kick rocks and crates and all that stuff open. We aren't going to make these because they reduce the speed, but if you want them, they look pretty good. The bucket pack is better than what we got right now, but it requires paint. I usually don't make the things that require paint, because I don't feel like going out and buying the paint. But that is technically a better pack than what we got. The machine gun arm is another fun thing to use. We have plenty of all these materials, so we're going to go ahead and make that. The milk can body is a pretty good defensive body, but we can make one that is stronger. So we're going to wait a little bit on that. The missile pod arm is also really fun. We need more rolling logs for it though, and after making everything for the diorama, I'm running out. I like the missile pod arms, but it's a little random on whether or not it hits, so I'm not going to be making it. The roller foots we already have. The samurai arms are probably some of the best weapons. They are weapons that are technically Chapter 4 weapons. We can make them here in Chapter 3 earlier than we're supposed to if you keep up on all your pictures, but it is a weapon you normally can't get until Chapter 4 otherwise. So it's pretty strong for this area. The samurai body is also pretty strong, but we can't quite make that. We are going to need more rolling logs for the wooden box body, though. The wooden box body is the highest defensive body you can make in Chapter 3. I think, don't quote me on that. I do remember it being up there, though. We can also now make premium chicken, if we wanted to. We already have 20, so we can't do that. We can make stamina drinks, which aren't that hard to make, actually. The Mighty Healing is probably going to be the most expensive thing you get. Otherwise, it's just tasty water and super hot pepper. We have plenty of stamina drinks, though. because I keep replaying floors, and they're actually in chests pretty often on this floor, so... the dragon shoes from Max I really like. They're some of my favorite shoes for him, so I am going to go ahead and make those. And now we're down to the rest of the weapons. You don't really particularly need to make any of these. The Starbreaker is probably the best gun we have at this point, because I haven't really upgraded all my guns all that much. We do have the Dark Viper, which is better, but in terms of basic shot guns, the Starbreaker is probably the best. And then the rest of them we don't really need to worry about. But with that, let's check out our Ripod here. Now, what am I doing? I do need to go into item. Oh, work brain. There's a reason I didn't repair the cannonball once, because we weren't going to need it after that, and we were about to make the 2. However, we are running out of capacity, so we might need to upgrade the core. Yeah, we need to upgrade the core before we can use that. But we do have enough for the machine gunner, which will probably not come in handy with the next boss fight, so we don't need to worry about it that bad. And then we're going to go to Max here, change out his work shoes for his dragon shoes. I already like that, look a lot better. And the aquarium. You can store fish in here. We'll be getting more in-depth into the aquarium in another episode. Because this is already at 6 minutes, and there's other stuff I want to do. So I don't want to sidetrack with that too much. But we'll definitely be getting into that more in the next chapter. But for right now, we're going to go pay Cedric a visit and see how much we can upgrade the Ripod, because I do want the Cannon Arm 2s on. Upgrade the Ripod. So to get his next course, 1400, we can easily afford that. Now it's 2000 for the next one. We're not going to get this quite yet. I do, however, want to get one of these for him. And hopefully that's enough of a core upgrade to be able to equip these. It is, okay. Which brings us up to 95. And then our other upgrade should be done here, yeah. So our core is now 12. We're also going to go visit Conda real quick to get more rolling logs, because I do want to make the wooden body. So we're going to go buy some rolling logs from Conda. I'm just going to buy quite a few more than we need to, because we're going to need a few more of these in Chapter 4, so... And they aren't all that expensive, so we're just going to go ahead and pick up 100 right here. Alright. Let's go ahead and make that wooden body. And as you can see, our defense for the body is going to go from 6 to 18. Like I said, I believe this one is the strongest. One of the metal ones might bring it up to 20, but it's not enough of a difference to matter. But I believe this is the strongest one out of them. I think everything else is either like 14 and 16 and stuff like that. You are hair ornaments. You are amulets. Yeah, you don't ever need to make any of the amulets, because you get Granny Rosa pretty on. These are all cheap, and she sells all of them. What do I have in the bait department? We actually have quite a bit of bait, so I'm not going to buy any. I am, however, going to sell the stuff we don't need anymore, like the drum can body, the level 1 cannonball, and the level 1 barrel cannon. We're also going to sell the feet to get rid of some of the stuff. We're going to sell the work shoes because we don't need those anymore. I'm not going to sell any of the weapons yet because they're still semi-useful. But I think that should be everything. Also, if you never intend on using level up powder and you get them from some of the Spheda chests, They sell for a decent chunk of change. Now we gotta go visit Donnie and get our reward for raising our photography level. Where are you at, Donnie? There you are. He also has one more scoop. He gives us the Explorer's shoes. Probably going to end up selling those along with the Explorer hat and stuff. Because I don't particularly care for these. And once you have them in your inventory, they're permanently unlocked. Actually, I'm going to wait to get into that. What do you sell, Donnie? You got the basic stuff? Good, I want bread. I am going to get a couple of these while we're here as well. What new scoop did you find out? What new scoop did you find out? Flying battleship. That is the boss one. So we'll be getting that in this episode, actually. We are going to be facing the boss. Monica's bracelet's not quite where I want it to be. But honestly, putting any more time grinding into it isn't really going to be worth it. Because if I really, really wanted to, I could grind it up to whatever the end of her level 4 is, like I have with her swords. But I don't really need to, because I don't use Monica's Magical that often. And the extra stat points honestly don't matter in the long run. They are indeed helpful for when you want more stat points. But honestly, instead of worrying so much about the... Come on, find the word. Instead of worrying so much about the extra stat points from leveling them up with the character in the menu, it's a lot easier just to build up one of these smaller ones. Where are my weapons? Buying and... Buying the basic armlets, and brassards, and wrenches, and swords, and all that. Getting them up to level 5, pumping whatever stat you want to upgrade into them, and then spectrumizing them. And then it only costs 5 stat points for quite a few stats. It is honestly better to do it that way. So I'm not going to worry about leveling it up too much with Lynn. I will still be doing it for the rest of the characters, because we do keep them throughout the rest of the story. But as I said, Lynn is sort of a one-off deal for technically 3 dungeon floors, and then she's never in your party again. So, which is really unfortunate, and I wish the game designers hadn't done it that way, because you keep the other 3 weapon NPCs throughout the entirety of the game. You can unlock them all in Chapter 2, and you can use them from Chapter 2 onward. But, with that being said, welcome to the Lighthouse at the Cape. Before we go on, however, we have some upgrading to do. I am taking Max's wrench all the way up. Let me open up my file here. Oh, both these are on the other screen. There. Where is my remote? I guess I will just look them up online again, because I can't find my remote to get to my file folder. Okay, but we are going to be taking this to the next wrench. I thought about doing this for the hammer, but in all honesty, for the hammer, I'm probably just going to start over a new wrench, which we'll probably be doing that at the beginning of Chapter 4. Like I said, if you ever have any extra grinding you want to do, and you're at the end of a chapter, save it for the next chapter, because even the early floors are so much faster than doing it on late floors in the previous dungeon. So that's why I didn't go too hard on maxing out the extra guns and stuff like that, because it's just going to be faster in the next dungeon. So we need the spectrumization stuff. Let's see, we need lightning of 40, we're at 17. 20. Yeah, we need that right there. And then we also need a beast of 27. So we only need 9 of those. And that'll get us to the Stinger Wrench. We could technically get up to this right now if we wanted to, but again, I like getting more synthesis points. So we're going to leave that for now. And then we have Max's, where is it at? Dark Viper. Which is indeed only level 1. And to get it to the next level, we do have to beat Dungeon 4 enemies. But I think it's about time that we break down the good old magic gun. It served us well. Its damage will be falling off in Chapter 4. So we're just going to break this down and add it to our other gun. But first we're going to, of course, max out the points. Get everything up to at least 30, and then we'll see how many points we have left afterwards. Actually, what stats do you need to go up? Flame, Cyclone, Smash. Okay. We are going to need more Smash in you. I think you can go all the way up to 45, can't you? 45 is actually your max. Good to know. That should have took us to 47. Alright, so we can get... 5 more flame in. And 5 more cyclone. And then we'll throw the last 7 points. Yeah, we'll throw it into Beast, why not? Alright, now we're going to spectrumize the Jarrett gun. Normally level 10 is a high one to spectrumize it at, because then it requires 10 points to spectrumize into another weapon. But, you know... I think that's worth 10 points, don't you? That still isn't enough to make it up to the next one. What do you need for your next one? Oh, that's because you go from a level 5 to a level 7. Yeah, you need a lot more. You'll probably get the attack via level up. You need 91 attack, 77 flame, 77 wind, and 86 smash. Yeah, we'll worry about actually getting there another time. So yeah, that's Max all done. Monica just needs attack for her sword. How much attack? This is going to the lamb sword, so we need 81? That's quite a bit of attack yet. That's what, at least 20 attack, which would be 10 crystals? I think we're going to hold off on this for a little bit, and I'll use one of her spare swords that we have to get her more attack points. Yeah, probably the bone rapier, because I got plans for the bone rapier anyway. And this is going to my favorite sword in the game, so I don't mind putting all the extra points into this one. Chora is just equally strong, but with less stats. Interesting. It's kind of sad, because the Chora is one tier higher than the Wise Owl Sword, but the Wise Owl Sword is just as strong. Yeah. And we're not going to be upgrading the bracelet quite yet, because we do want to get that to level 10 before we upgrade it. But we're going to be doing that in the next chapter as well. So yeah, let's go ahead and power up all of our stuff. And go ahead and go into this boss fight.
So this is the lighthouse.
Are you ready? Yes.
This moon crystal may be lighting up the ocean here, now, but one day it'll be bright enough to illuminate the whole planet.
Really? How do you know?
You could call it a hunch.
You know everything, don't you, Master? Master, what's that?
What in the... So, that's the moon crystal, eh?
Yes.
A stone that shows you the future. Even though all there is to see in the future is darkness and despair.
What shall I do? Destroy it. Those are Emperor Griffin's orders. Yes, sir.
Lynn, you wait here. Max, let's go.
Okay. What's going on? Who are you?
We'll explain later. That's Gaspard! How did he get here?
Watch out! The lighthouse is on fire!
Master!
It's all right, Lynn. You wait here.
Where are you going?
I'm going to use the crystal.
Master!
Well, well. A visitor, eh? Hey, Jamming, why don't you head inside? Yes, sir.
Gaspard! Remember me? It's Monica. Monica Raybrant.
Raybrant. Yes, you must be King Raybrant's girl. My. Imagine that. Running into a princess in a place like this.
You tore my kingdom to bits, and you murdered my father. Now you're going to pay.
Murdered? Oh, now that hurts. Your father and I fought fairly. He simply wasn't good enough to beat me.
In a fair fight, my father never would have lost to the likes of you.
Well then, why don't you just try me for yourself?
Get ready, Gaspard! Fire!
Head towards the center!
Okay.
This is honestly one of my favorite fights in the game. There is a lot going on here. Max and Monica are split up for this fight. As you can see, Monica's taking on Gaspard alone, while Max defends Lynn. I'm not doing a great job of showing off here. As you can see, at certain points, the boss fight switches perspectives. This is what I really love about this fight. Now I need to protect Lynn from the flames, but before that, I need a pitcher. Where is it at? There we go. And as you can see, rocket launchers don't work on these things. However, the ramp pod does. If a single one of these reaches Lynn, it's game over and the boss fight loses. So, if you want to try playing it risky, you can try beating all those as max, but like I said, if a single one reaches Lynn, it's boss fight over. So, I just like using the right pod and spinning around. Target the one right next to you, dang it. That could have been bad. This fight does not end until you beat Gaspard. These are not damage intervals, they're timed intervals. So if you get unlucky, you can get them down to one like hit like this and then it'll switch back on you. I've had that happen before.
Can't believe this. Well done. Your skills surpass even your father's.
Accept it, you lost. Huh? What was that?
What in blazes? We're under attack from the moon crystal. What should I do? Blasted wizard. Annihilate that lighthouse. Yes, sir. Ah! Crest! It's no good. The ship's going down. Get us out of here!
Master, don't leave me.
Lynn, you're not hurt.
No, Master, but you can't die. No, you're going to be a sage. You still have a lot of training left.
Lynn, you do it. Please, fulfill my dream.
No, I can't. Not without you. I know you can. You will. You'll be a sage. Saving people just by being there. That's the kind of...
That would be nice. Wouldn't...
Master. Master. No! Master, can you see? The stars are beautiful. I wonder what kind of sage you wanted to be. To me, you already were one. For ages and ages. You were a sage from way back when. I was saved just by having you with me. But I'm sure you didn't want to be a sage just for me. Right, Master? You're up there watching, aren't you? I'll show you. I'll be the legendary sage you've always dreamed of becoming.
We couldn't save him.
I guess not. You're wrong. What do you mean? The future changed, all right. Now I'm going to be a sage. I promised Master Crest. And I think I'll rescue him when I become a sage myself. Good. Monica? Max? Thank you. I'll never forget you. Good luck in your battle against the evil. You bet.
Take care of yourself, Lynn.
And that is the event that takes Lynn from your party for the rest of the game. So if you wanted to do any sort of magic grinding with her, you have to, before the end of Chapter 3, after resurrecting her. From a story point, I completely get why she has to leave. From a gameplay standpoint, they really should have given someone else the ability to upgrade Monica's Brassard. As you can only, if you're playing this casually and you don't know she's going to leave your party, you only get Lynn for 3 dungeon floors. And when it's a character that can power up one of your weapons, that's not exactly the greatest thing. Especially when those 3 floors are filled with a lot of enemies that resist magic. So, that's just my takes on that. Anyway, to the future we go, and we'll see what all has changed. I will be ending the video after that cutscene, and we'll be continuing on in the next episode. So you guys really enjoyed this episode, please do leave a like. And if you really enjoyed it, feel free to subscribe, and I shall see you guys in the next episode. Take care, and enjoy the end of Chapter 3.
Madam Crest. It's them? I'd almost given up waiting. You've been a long time coming. Huh? I've been waiting for you to come. You see, I've become a sage, just like I promised.
Don't tell me. Lynn?
No way! What do you mean? How rude! I am Lynn. What?
So you made it. You became a legendary sage.
Yes, that's right. But I took on my teacher's name.
I see.
There's no need to explain why you're here. I've got a fair idea already. Because I've lived my time straight through, unlike you. So, shall we find out about Griffin, then?
Yes, that'd be great, Lynn.
Don't address me like that. You must call me Crest the Great Sage.
Yeah, sure. Sorry.
Griffin is 10,000 years in the past now.
10,000 years?
That's right. It seems that he's sending an unthinkably powerful consciousness from that time to ours, all by his own doing. The servants of Griffin in our time are those who are in sympathy with this consciousness.
So they're all being controlled?
They're acting of their own free will. They're evil from the beginning, just like Griffin himself. In other words, they've sold their souls to the darkness. Griffin is using those people and trying to destroy the world.
What does he plan on getting out of that?
Who knows? But I believe the only way to stop him is to go to his time and destroy him there.
Go back 10,000 years?
That's right.
But how can we go 10,000 years in the past?
Your Atlamelia can only travel 100 years at best. Those stones were never intended for this kind of thing.
So what can we do?
A 10,000-year leap through time. I don't even know if it's possible. But if it could be done...
Go on.
Those from the Luna Lab would be the ones that could do it.
Luna Lab?
Luna Lab is short for Lunatic Wisdom Laboratory. It used to be the largest research facility in the world. It was on the Venicchio coast.
Was? You mean that it's vanished now too?
Yes.
So, the Venicchio coast is next.
So, that settles it. You'd better get going.
Thank you, Crest the Great Sage.
See you, Lynn.
My master, watch over those children. Look after those who saved me.
Lynn was a sage and had become strong. I'm sure Crest had become a star and was looking down on Lynn from above. Because for Lynn, Crest would always be the one true sage, forever.